What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome to the very special Christmas episode of From the Mind of Dick. From the warped mind of Dick. I don't think my mind is too warped. I think I don't know. I just have a lot to say. But this is the very special Christmas episode. Christmas is coming. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Christmas, stuff like that. Just the traditions and stuff, music and all the things that go into Christmas. Just, stuff like that. Santa's coming, guys. Santa is coming. You been good or bad? Are you on the naughty list or the nice list? Because Santa Claus is coming to town. And I actually just had a conversation with my girlfriend about how Coca-Cola popularized basically the way we see Santa now. They started it, made it popular, and it just kind of took off from there. And that's just how we see Santa right now. The jolly fat man with the beard and the red suit and all that. That was made super popular by Coca-Cola, and it just took off. And that's how we see Santa. And the reason I say that is, so basically the history of it is there was an artist that drew Santa that way, right? And it was a little different because before that, Santa Claus and Saint Nick and the whole idea and the legend and the story of Santa Claus, he was dressed more religiously, more like, I don't know, like the Pope. That's kind of how I see those, like the pictures that I've seen. And then there was an artist that drew him, with like a red suit and a beard and a hat and stuff like that. And then the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" described him as a jolly fat man in a red suit with rosy cheeks, and he had the reindeer and all that stuff. And from there, it kind of got popular. It was like a really popular poem. We all know that one. And then from there, Coca-Cola took all this imagery and decided, okay, this is how we're going to advertise. And what's the colors of Coca-Cola? Red and white, right? So they made Santa red and white to kind of trick your brain into drinking Coca-Cola. And mainly it was because people weren't drinking Coke during the winter months, so they needed some kind of advertising campaign. They brought in Santa Claus to advertise Coke, and boom. Now that's how we see Coca-Cola, right? It all came from that. I just thought that was an interesting story. They didn't just invent the whole Santa Claus thing. That's what I was trying to say. But that's basically how it became popular, and why we see Santa Claus is because of Coca-Cola. If you look at a Coca-Cola can, it's the same fucking colors as Santa Claus. It just makes sense, right? But anyway, Christmas for me has kind of always been I guess not always, but I'm always afraid to disappoint people. And I don't know if that's because I've purchased gifts for people and thought that they were great, and they ended up not liking the gifts and making me feel bad for buying the gift. And I've always had pressure of making sure everybody had a good gift, and then trying to make, have enough money to buy and pay bills and get people presents they want and make people happy. And so Christmas, I really hate Christmas for that. And it's really hard for me to get through it. And I'm always stressed out during Christmas. And so that's when I think of Christmas, that's what I think of. And it really sucks because I don't like to be that way. I don't want to make it to where it's oh, I have to spend all this money and then I have to try to pay my bills. Cause I've had times where going into Christmas, I didn't have money. I had nothing, and even this year, I was stressed out because I just had to buy tires for my car because they're the original tires that I got on the car 4 years ago, and they're shot, they're gone. I just haven't bought tires, and it's going to start snowing here. So I'm like, fuck, man, I need to get some tires. So I just spent $700 on tires, and I'm like, fuck, that's Christmas money. So I was fucking stressed out. I make good money, but I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? I just had to spend my Christmas money on tires for my car, which is a necessity, right? And so that's Christmas for me. And maybe it's because I've disappointed people in the past and I hate disappointing people, but Christmas is just always a stressful time for me. I just want to make everybody happy. And I guess that's just the way I am, is just I always want to make people happy. And during Christmas, I want to make sure my kids have some good presents. And, I know they love me no matter what. And there's been times where I couldn't get them much. But I just want to make sure that they get everything they want for Christmas. That's just the way I am. And not only my kids, when want to make sure my girlfriend gets a nice, thoughtful gift, even if it's just like one gift. I want to make sure it's like I put a lot of thought into it. And I feel like I'm the worst gift giver in the world. Like sometimes I just feel that way. And I've been told that my gifts are great, but I always feel like, oh, like I'm disappointing everybody. Oh, this sucks. And it's fuck Christmas. It's just so stressful for me. But it's supposed to like I like Christmas in another way because it's like people get together, families get together, and it's just a family time. And I miss having all my family together. There was all those times, when my family was all together in the same state where, before everybody went to all across the country, right? Everybody's moved, everybody's all over the place now. There was times where like I enjoyed just spending Christmas with my family, even though it got hard where it was like when my dad was still around, it was like going to his house and then going to my mom's house. It was kind of hard. We always had to go to two Christmases, stuff like that. Yay, two Christmases. Just watched that movie too. I wish I was like that when my parents got divorced, like excited that, my parents are divorced. So yay, two Christmases. We get to go to two different spots. Fuck that. Like I hated it. But so it was kind of stressful in that sense too, where we had to go to two different places. Like my dad would get the morning and then my mom would get the afternoon or vice versa every year. And, you know, there was only a couple times where everybody came to our house for Christmas. And it was kind of like probably a couple years before my dad passed away, my parents actually, got along pretty well. And we decided to have Christmas all together. And that honestly, that was like the best. I think we did it like 2 years in a row before my dad passed. And like those Christmases, like were the best for me. Those were my favorite Christmases ever because I got to spend Christmas with both my parents for the first time in like a million years. So that's what's important for when it comes to Christmas for me is like just trying to spend time with the people I care about. And me living in Utah right now, it's kind of hard because I want to like be there and wake up in the morning with my kids, and it's kind of hard because I'm here. So luckily, I mean, I do have an ex-wife and baby mama that is really, really cool about it. So I honestly go down there to LA and I'm able to, I stay the night and I'm able to wake up in the morning with my girls, even though I live here. Right. So I just think that's so important, like to keep the family close knit and keep the girls knowing that even though me and their mom aren't together, that we're still, a family and we still love them. Right. And so I'm able to do that, and I'm really grateful for that. So that's what I do every year. So I'm going to go down to LA and I'll wake up with the girls, and then we'll come back here for a couple weeks, and they'll hang out with me for their Christmas break. And I'm just so grateful that I can do that. But in the past, like Christmas has always been fucking stressful for me. So every time Christmas comes around, all I'm looking at is my bank account every day, and I'm like, fuck, man, how am I going to afford all this shit? Right? My daughter wants an iPad. How am I going to get a damn iPad for her? You know, one cool thing is like Kayla, my 14-year-old daughter wants a guitar. I swear she's me at 14. That's when I started realizing like I wanted to get into music and start playing music. It was like probably closer to 15, but it was like 14, 15 years old. And now she wants to be in a band and she wants to learn guitar. I mean, she's got to take the baby steps. She's got to, go through learning to play the instrument. I played until my fingers bled. But that's what she wants for Christmas is a guitar. And I was like, so happy about that. I was like, that's so awesome. I'm going to get her a nice guitar, and she wants a pink one. So that made me happy. Like I said in my last episode, like these kids are exactly how I pictured my kids to end up. And, my daughter Kayla is like, she's like me when I was in high school. It's crazy. But so, I mean, that's what's important to me for Christmas is like, making sure my kids are happy, but it's stressful. Like I never know how I'm going to make it happen. And I end up doing it every year, and sometimes I just don't know how I'm going to make ends meet and still get everybody what they want. And that's not what Christmas is all about, right? It's like stress and like worrying about making everybody happy. Like, but that seems like that's what it is for me every year. And it shouldn't be that way. It really should be like a happy time. And at the end of the day, when it's all over, like, and I make it happen, like, I guess it is a happy time. But leading up to it, like, honestly, like right now I'm stressed as fuck about like how I'm going to get my kids what they want and how I'm going to get everybody that I care about with things that they want. But I always make it happen somehow, some way. I mean, it shouldn't be about stressing about like that. It should be like just kicking back with some like hot chocolate and, you know, watching Christmas movies and stuff. Like, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Like, I don't know. It's really hard for me like to I don't know. I think I don't know. I think Christmas Vacation is probably the best one. I don't know. I think that's my favorite. It doesn't get any better than that one. I mean, Elf is great too. I get so sick of watching Elf. I mean, you end up seeing it like 10 times during Christmas, and it's like always the most popular one. I mean, I love Elf. It's great. I love Will Ferrell. But I mean, Christmas Vacation's got to be the best one. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? That's always been the question. Is Die Hard actually a Christmas movie? I say fuck yeah. It's a Christmas action adventure with Bruce Willis. Hell yeah. Just because it's set during Christmas time. They always show it around Christmas time. Is it a Christmas movie? Bruce Willis even said it's not a Christmas movie, but I think it's a fucking Christmas movie. I always think about that question. Like, I love watching that during Christmas because it's set during Christmas, right? Fuck yeah. But technically, I would say it's not. But I think one of my favorite cartoons is the old. You guys remember the old Frosty the Snowman cartoon? I love that one. That's got to be one of the best ones. I don't know if you remember it. It's like the one where they put the hat on him and then he wakes up and goes, or he comes to life and he goes, "Happy birthday." That one's great. That one's like classic. It just reminds me of being a kid, and I used to watch that all the time. Me and my siblings used to watch that all the time. I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about. I also love, the Charlie Brown Christmas. That's super classic. I love that one. I really want to find that Christmas tree, that old Charlie Brown Christmas tree with like no leaves on it and like one bulb. that that shit's hilarious. Wouldn't it be cool to just have like that Christmas tree as your Christmas tree? Like that Charlie Brown tree with just the one bulb that like before they decorate it and it somehow grows leaves. Like that would be fucking cool. Anyway, what else? A Christmas Story. That's the other one I wanted to talk about. Like that movie's fucking classic, bro. Like I love that movie. I mean, who doesn't see the word fragile on anything and say fragile? It must be Italian. Everybody does that. You know you do it. And it just sticks with you from that movie and like you'll shoot your eye out, kid, and all that stuff, right? Ovaltine. Every time I see Ovaltine, I fucking think of that movie. So it's like all these movies just put these things in your head, and it's just like any other movie really, but like during Christmas time, like I just love watching Christmas movies and just I mean that's what you do during Christmas time is just hang with the family and watch Christmas movies, right? And that's what makes this time of year so special, along with like the music. I mean, working in retail, like sometimes I get really annoyed with the music, but there's just so many really, really good Christmas songs. But you know what my favorite Christmas song is? And this is fucking I don't even know if anybody's ever heard it, but the California Raisins singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Holy shit, that's the best Christmas song ever. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. Hell yeah. You guys remember that shit. There's the California Raisins. That was like 80s shit. Maybe 70s. I mean, you guys got me singing now. But I love that version of that song. It's all like Motown and like the Michael Jackson, I'm sorry, like the Jackson 5 version of like Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. I love that. I love that version of it. Holy shit. You guys got me singing now. Or, well, like that George Michael song, right? Last Christmas. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away. Yeah, that song's dope. I love that song. Love George Michael. Rest in peace, homie. But just that song's fucking dope. Oh, I just thought of another fucking great Christmas song. Run Run Rudolph by Chuck Berry. Like only the version by Chuck Berry though, because you hear like a lot of, like I said, generic covers of that song, but the one by Chuck Berry, holy shit, dude. All I want for Christmas is a rock and roll electric guitar. Hell yeah, dude. That song's so fucking dope. And what about like Run DMC, the fucking Christmas in Hollis, dude? Come on. Come on. That song's like a hip hop Christmas song, dude. Come on, from like the OGs. That song's so good, right? Come on, man. So many good Christmas tunes, I guess. I don't know why like I complained about it. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. I get so sick of Christmas music like working in retail, right? It just like it gets so annoying. And I've worked in I guess retail for so many years, like over 20 plus years, worked in like a retail store setting, whether it's grocery store or whatever, and they always play like the same songs. And it really, it's like, it gets to you. It's like, oh, I fucking hate Christmas music. Can't wait till it's done. But like some songs are pretty rad though. There are some really good songs, you know. What I hate is when like there's a generic version of like a really good Christmas song. And I'm talking like original Christmas songs, like I was saying with the George Michael song, like not the traditional like Christmas music, like a generic cover of like Last Christmas, you know. It's like, no, the reason that song's good, it's a well written song, yeah, it's a nice song, but the reason that song's good is because who sang it? It's George Michael, baby. Wham. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. George fucking Michael. And I just hate when I hear songs that are just like so generic and they just ruin it. That's what you hear a lot in like retail settings, like the generic version of the song. Although at my work now, I'm hearing a lot of the actual songs, and I think I've only heard All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey like twice this year so far. So that's good. Usually you hear it about 100 times. So far, so good. I don't know. This year, the Christmas is like actually not looking too bad. I don't know. I'm lucky to have a decent job. It's just hard working in retail during Christmas because, you know, it gets so busy and you have to, you know, usually you have to work. I mean, usually Christmas Day everywhere I've worked has been closed, but like leading up to that is pretty rough. It's just always so busy. Luckily, I think my store, because my store is very, we rely a lot, our business relies a lot on the BYU students. So when the BYU students are out of school, they go, you know, a lot of them go home and our store dies. Whereas other stores ramp up and they're super busy, our store dies. So that's good. We're going to be slow leading up to Christmas. I think the weekend before Christmas, we're going to be pretty busy, but our store kind of dies. So it's the first kind of retail setting that I've been in that, you know, that's actually how it is. But working retail during Christmas sucks, man. And I've done it for so long. But it just fucking sucks. I mean, at least I don't work at Walmart. That shit sucked. I did that like 20 years ago, worked at Walmart. God, fuck, it was 20 years ago. Jeez. Yeah, I think I started there in like 2002. Jesus Christ. How old am I? But I worked at Walmart for a few years and that shit sucked. Working during the holidays just fucking sucked over there. So at least I'm not at Walmart. But you know, working at a grocery store, people are buying, you know, baking stuff during Christmas, like cookies, cookie mix, and fucking brown sugar. What the fuck? People putting brown sugar in. Can't keep it on the damn shelves. But my favorite Christmas treat, the number one all-time favorite, is fudge. Ugh, fudge is the best. It is so delicious. Holy shit. And you know, my mom, I haven't lived in the same state as her in years, you know, so it's like I don't see her much for Christmas. But you know, the cool thing that my mom used to do, you know how awesome my mom is. She knows. So I don't. When it comes to fudge, I know traditionally they put like nuts in it. And also, when it comes to fudge, I don't want nuts in or around my mouth. So my mom always made me a special batch. She'd make a batch with nuts in it, which everybody else liked, and then she'd make a Richard batch that didn't have nuts in it. And that's how awesome my mom is, right? Also, my girlfriend, my amazing girlfriend, last year, she knew that I missed my mom's fudge, right? And she decided that she was going to call my mom, get a hold of my mom, and get my mom's fudge recipe. And she made the fudge for me. And it was amazing. Holy shit. It was so good. Just like my mom made. Like it tasted just like my mom's fudge. How fucking awesome is that? How fucking thoughtful and awesome is that? That like made my Christmas last year. It was so cool. Like it was so good too. Oh my God. I need to, now that I'm thinking about it, I think we need to make some of my mom's fudge. We need to make that like today. Fuck, I need some of that in my mouth. But it's so good, man. Fudge is just the best. I don't know why I don't make it like any other time of year. I guess it just wouldn't be as good as if I made it in like August, right? It just wouldn't be the same. I mean, and that's the kind of things I like to think about when it comes to Christmas, right? It's just like family and all that stuff. I mean, that's what's important. Um, this year I decorated. I put some lights up in, you know, on my windows, and I bought a Christmas tree last year, like a little small one, because I got a small apartment. So I actually like decorated it this year, and I'm just trying to get in the Christmas spirit and trying to make the best of it. Because sometimes I do get depressed during Christmas. I guess it's not depressed; it's just more stressed out. After like, it was so stupid. Like after doing this podcast, this episode right now, I'm like starting to think maybe I really don't hate Christmas that much, because I'm thinking of all the cool things and all the memories and stuff like that. Like there are some pretty good things about Christmas. I'm 46 years old and I still can't wrap a fucking present. Is that just a guy thing or what? Like I still my present wrapping is fucking horrible. I've never got the hang of that shit. Like I don't know how to do it. It always comes out with like a ripped side. Like there's times where I've ripped it, just taped a little piece on the side of it, said fuck it, I don't care. I'm not gonna be wrapping this shit. It's like I don't know how to wrap. And I think it's funny when like people rap so good and they like, they're like the Eminem of wrapping presents. Do you get what I said there? But they sit there and they fucking put all these little fucking creases and little folds and little things like that. Dude, I just fucking slap it on there. It's almost like, it's like, who are you even trying? Yeah, fucking it's covered. You're just gonna rip the shit out of that paper anyway. Like who cares? Fucking put it on there, put some tape on it, put a bow on it. Done and done. I don't even put bows on it or anything. I was just write whoever it belonged to, whoever that present was for, just write their name on it. There you go. Merry Christmas. Fucking open it. Just gonna shred it in 5 minutes anyway. Paper all over the fucking living room and in T-5 seconds. So fucking here you go. I don't know. I'm not trying to be like bitter or mean or anything like that. It's just like I don't even bother like making the wrapping look really good. It's just here you go. Here's your present. And hopefully you're not disappointed. That's why I tell my kids, just tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I mean, seriously, like I don't want you to be disappointed. I don't want to try to guess and guess what you're into. So you're either getting money or you're going to tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So, and then I try to make sure I can make that happen. I mean, I don't know. Christmas shouldn't be about like presents and that kind of stuff, but it really kind of is. Like it's, exchanging gifts, and I don't know. I never really even get gifts anymore for Christmas. My girlfriend hooks me up, but like nobody really buys me anything anymore. And I don't care. I just want to spend time with family. Like, that's all, that's what's important is just, spending the time with the family and that's why I mean, I don't know, like Christmas has been depressing for me for a while. And I used to love to like decorate my house when I actually had a house. I used to love like, it was always the day after the day after Thanksgiving would be my day. I was always off that day, and I had usually like a 4-day weekend. So the day after Thanksgiving, I would always like go overboard and decorate my house, right? And I loved putting up the Christmas lights and just like decorating whatever. We had like Dollar Tree decorations at times, and I just remember like putting them all out in my house and just loved doing that. I spent the whole day decorating and brought out all the Christmas stuff and decorated the tree and all that stuff, man. That's I just wanted to kind of bring that back because I haven't had that for a few years, and so I just decorated my windows, and I'm the only one in my apartment that has windows decorated. I mean, nobody's in the Christmas spirit this year. I don't know, maybe because it's Biden's America, nobody can afford shit. But I mean, I'm just trying to not be like that, right? So I'm just trying to not like let all that shit get me down. That's what it's designed. That's what's being designed to do, is bring us all down, and I'm not letting that happen this year. So trying to get in the Christmas spirit. Um, Smile, be happy, enjoy your life. That's all I got for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for all the love. Love you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year if I don't talk to you. Peace.